Hey guys, I got with the picks. It is Sunday early morning. Yesterday, well, we went 0 for 2. Um, Kansas City Jacksonville game. We throw a little out pass down to about the 5 yard line, and the the air monster or whatever the hell you want to call it knocked the uh, knocked the ball out of the kid's hands, and Kansas City recovers. And obviously, we know how the end of the story happened there. You know, when I'm watching a sports game, I'm not I'm not watching it as a normal person watching the game. I'm looking for specific plays and things to happen in the game, so it's going to veer one way or the other. And sometimes, soon as these things happen, you already know that it's already over. Second example, because this one's hilarious. Down 28-0 at halftime, and somehow, somehow, Giants score a touchdown. There's about 12 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and the Giants are down 28-7. And they got the ball on their own, we'll call it 46. And they punt on 4th and 5. You're down 21 points in the game. Like, really? Minnesota should have showed up. I mean, what the fuck? What was that? You're telling me that's what the head coach called? Wow, we haven't been able to stop Philadelphia at any time in this game, at any point, at any time that they want to move the ball. But there's almost 12 minutes left. We're down 3 touchdowns. We've got the ball over the 45 of our own, but we're going to punt it. Come on. Soon as something like that happens, I know, like, it's over. Turn the TV off. It don't matter if Gainwell breaks one and scores and all the other stuff, because that was the important part in the game that needed to take place for the over to hit. So a couple dumbass plays swing it one way rather than the other. And I'm a guy that takes my losses the same way as I take my wins. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying, I'm just stating facts. That's all. So we're coming back today. I'm going to drop the Bengals Bills game here, and I'm also going to drop 2 player props in the Cowboys 49er game. And then over on TikTok, I'm going to drop the Cowboys 49ers game, and I'm going to drop a anytime touchdown score over on TikTok. So if you're not following me on TikTok, make sure you go over to TikTok, type in Hat Guy with the Picks, all one word. And guys, if you followed me long enough, you know that this ship is going to get turned around and it's going to start sailing and we're going to start moving quick. You already know that. This is sport. I mean, this is just unfortunate spots of the sportsbook world. I mean, I don't even like to say it happens, because it doesn't have to happen, but it does. So if you're not following me on TikTok, make sure you go over and do that. Hang out with the Picks, all one word. Hit the follow button. You'll get notified every time I drop a game. So right now our record's 14-16-1. Disgusting. I do way too much work to be at 14-16-1. Anyways, hey, we got Bengals playing the Bills. Bills giving 6, total at 49. Let's get the important stuff out of the way early. Bengals have lost 3 offensive linemen in the past 3 weeks. They lost One 3 weeks ago, another one 2 weeks ago, and they lost another one last week. And to be honest with you, the Bills look like they lost their whole offensive line last week. Josh Allen getting sacked 7 times. And if you remember back in that game, I said that is the way, that's the whole formula that Miami had to do to even have a chance in the game, even with the Skylar Thompson. And what did they do? Quarterback pressure, quarterback pressure, quarterback pressure. They continued to do it. And it started to continue to pay off. If you look at the numbers in that game, I mean, it's just so far-fetched. I mean, it's not even close. But Josh Allen was definitely shook for a lot of that game. I was listening to another guy, and I can agree with him. And a lot of these guys I can't agree with, but some of them I do. And he said when the Bills are on the field, they might as well put up 30 points on the scoreboard, and then they'll figure out if they scored more at the end. They're almost a shoo-in for 30 points, and I can almost agree with that. I can. And like I said, I'll say it again, and I'll say it again. It's the way to beat the Bills. It's constant QB pressure. Bengals have won 9 in a row to the Bills 8 in a row. The Bengals, as well as the Bills, are pretty lucky to be playing this week against each other. They both could have lost last week. I tell you what, if it wasn't for that Sam Hubbard touchdown, ran back 99 yards, and just the Dolphins not able to finish what they were definitely in deep stride for, these two teams are lucky to be here this week, if you think about it. My personal opinion, I think the Bengals it's not even close, even with Huntley at the helm. The Bengals had, by far, head and shoulders, not even close, the harder game in the AFC last week. The Ravens' defense is just absolutely loaded. And they have, Bills should have won going away. And if you watch the first quarter, what was 17-0? It should have been. There's a lot of stuff that happened in that game that has you questioning and really thinking about the Bills. These two teams had a game canceled a couple weeks back, and in that game, that day we went 1-0. But I am almost certain that we would have went 2-0 that day. In that game that got canceled a couple weeks back, the way it was going, it wasn't favoring the Bills. Let's put it like that. It was not favoring the Bills. And look, I get the O-line injuries. I do. Hell, they went to the Super Bowl last year with an absolute shit show for an offensive line last year, and they went to the Super Bowl. Zach will have his team ready to go and ready to play. And I believe that wholeheartedly. Allen will get rattled again. And I think since he'll take advantage of that. And Bill's defense is great. It's great. I'm taking Jamar Chase against any defender on the Bills. I don't care who it is. I'm taking T. Higgins against any defender on the Bills. I'm taking the offense over the defense any day of the week when it comes to them two. I expect Joe Burrow to be getting the ball out a little bit quicker. And I think he's gotten really good at that. And I think Cincinnati will make more stops than the Bills will also. This Bengals defense is no slouch at all. Very, very good defense. And to be honest with you, I think it's disrespectful that the Bills are given 6 points. The Bills playing back at home that they played against Miami last week. No Tua, no Bridgewater, Skylar Thompson. How in the hell are you giving the Bengals 6 points? I may be crazy for saying this, and the game may show me that I'm crazy for saying this. The pick is the Bengals +6. Period. The end. That's what it is. The player props that I have for this is not for this game. It's for the Cowboys and the 49ers game. What we are taking is the one thing the San Francisco defense is the weakest at. And not just like the weakest at on their team, but they are one of the weakest in the NFL covering the deep ball. The deep ball. Dak Prescott looked beautiful last week. Absolutely beautiful. I don't care who he played. I don't care. He looked beautiful. This week, 2 player props right here. Dallas 49er game. We are taking CeeDee Lamb over 5.5 receptions at -145. And we're taking CeeDee Lamb over 75.5 yards at -115. Quick recap. Bengals +6. CeeDee Lamb over receiving yards at 75.5 and CeeDee Lamb over receptions at 5.5. The 75.5's at 115, the 5.5's at -145. Guys, today is going to be a lot more promising than it was yesterday. If just one thing goes in our favor today, it's going to be a lot more promising than it was yesterday. They can't keep screwing me. It eventually catches up. And we're going to catch up today. Like I said, make sure you get over in TikTok and get that. Guys, I appreciate everything. Thank you for everything. You already know what we're going to do. We're going to get back to getting this cash.